My name is Pierre Onda. I'm a retired primary care physician, and my wife and I co-founded the White Ribbon Project, which is a nonprofit organization whose primary mission is to promote lung cancer awareness. She's an advanced stage lung cancer survivor herself. So after my wife was diagnosed with lung cancer, she was reaching out to cancer centers to find out what were they doing for Lung Cancer Awareness Month, which is November. And she was belittled a little bit by some of them. And so she came to me. She was quite distraught and said, I'm going to advocate for myself. I just want you, can you build me a big white ribbon out of wood? And I'm going to put it on my door. And I'm going to say to the world, I have lung cancer and I want people to know about it. It all started with that initial white ribbon, and my wife then posted it on her Facebook page, and then suddenly she got numerous requests from other survivors. Could I have one? Could I have one? And it really introduced her to the community. She was finally connected with some other advocacy organizations, but still felt there was a need for survivors and their caregivers to have a larger, more intimate community. And she got together with some other survivors and other caregivers, and we decided, well, we need to form an organization ourselves to focus primarily on lung cancer awareness and particularly promote the message that anyone with lungs can get lung cancer and no one deserves it. My wife really didn't have any of the typical risk factors. And since then, we've noted that, yes, tobacco is a major risk factor, but so is radon, so is family history, and air pollution is a significant risk factor. So we just want to make people aware. There are many young people without any of these risk factors who are getting lung cancer. We want them to be aware of the symptoms and to not ignore them. There's been years and years of public health messaging that tobacco is a major risk factor for lung cancer. It is one of the leading risk factors for lung cancer, but it has also led to the stigmatization to the point where I think many people blame people who develop lung cancer for their own disease. And we really want to dispel that notion. We'd like to say no one deserves lung cancer. When I was practicing, invariably all of my patients who smoked tobacco wanted to quit, but they were addicted. So I really don't want to blame people with a history of tobacco use for the fact that they may have developed lung cancer. And we also need to let people know that there are other risk factors for lung cancer. There's radon, there's family history, and there's air pollution. We don't know why my wife developed lung cancer. She really did not have any history of tobacco use. Perhaps there was some exposure to radon, but we know many other people where we don't know why. And so when I run into someone who has developed lung cancer or they have lung cancer, I certainly don't open it with, well, how did you get it? Or did you smoke? We don't say that of someone who has breast cancer, colon cancer. We don't open it up with, how did you get it? We can understand why people may want to ask that question. I think it's just natural for humans to sort of try to figure out whether or not they're at risk of something. So when they find out that something has happened to someone, they themselves try to want to ensure that maybe they may not be at risk. So we understand that. But I think it's important to stop victim blaming when it comes to tobacco use. Our nonprofit is basically composed of a small group of individuals, all volunteer. We don't have any staff. But we're very interested in partnering and collaborating with other organizations who are benefiting their community. They have subject matter experts who are integrated in the community. And we came across SAICEP because I had a connection with the American Indian community in North Carolina. I have a son and daughter-in-law and granddaughter who live in North Carolina. There's also the Lung Cancer Initiative, which is a local lung cancer advocacy organization in North Carolina. And we applied for a small grant from LCI, Lung Cancer Initiative, and I wanted to work with SAICEP and see if they were interested in promoting lung cancer awareness and lung cancer screening amongst the American Indian population in North Carolina. And fortunately, Dr. Ronnie Bell and Ryan Dial were agreeable. And so this is where we are now. And I look forward to collaborating with them, not only on this grant, but in the future. through the engagement of other advocates. What we want are lung cancer survivors, caregivers, and anyone who's been affected by lung cancer to become lung cancer advocates if that is an interest of them. And for those individuals to work in their own community because they're part of that community. And we really believe in community local advocacy. And we're based in Denver. And so the way to do that is really to outreach others, get them engaged, and offer them perhaps some initial tools and perhaps some support on how to get started in supporting their own communities.